Yeah. Do you have a crush on her?
That wasn't the
That
question.
wasn't the question.
That wasn't.
Okay. Nope.
Yes, Gio, I will go to prom.
What?
Thing is going on with Geo and Salish, or at least that's what the internet had started to think. Because recently, people noticed something really specific about Geo's TikToks, and once you see it, it's actually pretty hard to ignore. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss any of the latest update and drama. Geo has been making a series of TikToks about crushes, texts, and relationships. Sounds normal, right? Except there's one name that keeps appearing in the hashtags, Salish Matter. At first, you could easily say it's nothing. Maybe they are just friends. Maybe they are collaborating. Maybe Geo is simply using Salish's name because she's helped him get attention on his content. But then the TikTok starts getting a little too specific. One of them was about getting a text from that one person. Another was about someone trying to flirt with you while you completely missed the hints. And then there's a one that really caught people's attention. It was about a situation where your crush also has a crush on you, and you both know it. And once again, there was the same hashtag, Salish Matter. Now, obviously, a hashtag isn't a confession, but when the same people keeps appearing alongside TikToks about crushes, people are naturally going to start connecting the dots. And that's exactly what happened. The comments started filling up with people pairing Geo and Salish together. One person wrote, Salish and Geo best duo. Another said, I ship them. And another comment simply said, Geo and Salish. One comment even got over 24,000 likes while people were just talking about Geo and Salish. So clearly, this wasn't just one person making a random theory. People are noticing the same pattern. But here's where things got interesting, because there was actually a chance to ask Geo all about this. And Jordan Matter did exactly that. In one of the Jordan's videos, Geo was compared with several of his recent TikToks, and Jordan immediately noticed the pattern. He starts going through the TikToks and pointing out the hashtags. The first one is about getting a text from that special person, then another, then another, then another, then another, and every time Salish's name keeps coming up. Geo tries to explain it away, saying that he gets texts from a lot of people. Okay, fair enough. That still doesn't prove anything. But then Jordan gets a TikTok about crush having a crush on you. And this time he doesn't just joke about it. He asks Geo what all these Salish hashtags are about. Geo gives an explanation, basically suggesting that he and Salish work together, and then she has helped him in his TikTok content. Again, completely possible. That could explain the hashtags. So at this point, the whole crush theory could just really be the internet doing what the internet does best, taking a few clues and turning into them an entire relationship. But then Jordan asks the same question that changes everything. He looks at Geo and asks, do you have a crush on her? And this is the moment everyone needs to hear, because Geo doesn't simply say no. He doesn't say we're just friends. He doesn't laugh and move on. His response is, that wasn't the question. And that is why this whole situation suddenly became so much more interesting. Because technically Geo did not explicitly say, yes, I have a crush on Salish. So we can't honestly call that a direct confession. But his response directly wasn't a straightforward denial either. And that's where I think the internet got even more curious. Because if the answer was simply no, why just not say no? Instead, Geo challenged the wording of the question, and Jordan immediately understood what that meant. That little exchange turned all those previous questionable TikToks into something people started looking at very differently. Suddenly, that one person TikTok looked different. The 30 text TikTok looked different. And especially the TikTok about your crush having a crush on you. People started wondering whether that was actually connected to Salish. Now, there is still one important thing we can't ignore. This could absolutely be the part of the content. Jordan Matters videos are designed around challenges, reactions, awkward situations, and relationship style storyline. So we shouldn't take every moment in one of those videos as proof of what is happening privately. But here's the one thing that we can say. Geo was publicly confronted about the exact pattern fans had been noticing. Jordan connected his TikTok to Salish. Jordan directly asked Gio if he had crush on her, and Gio responded with, "That wasn't the question." So, after putting all the pieces together, here's what I land. I don't think we can say Gio and Salish are dating. I don't think we can say Salish definitely has feelings for Gio. And I wouldn't call Gio's response an explicit confession because he never actually said the words, "I have a crush on Sarah. I have a crush on Salish." But we can confirm that Gio was publicly put on the spot whether he had a crush on Salish, and instead of giving a yes or no answer, he gave an evasive response that left the question hanging. And when you combine that with the repeated Salish hashtag and the crushed loaded TikToks, yeah, I can understand why people started talking. Maybe Gio was just joking. Maybe it was all part of the content. Or maybe there's actually a little more behind those TikToks that he wanted to admit. And honestly, that wasn't the question. Was probably the worst possible answer if his goal was to stop people from making series. Because now everyone has the same question. Okay, Gio, then what is it the answer? So now I want to know what you guys think. Do you think Gio was genuinely trying to hide something when he said that wasn't the question? Or do you think he was simply joking around and playing along with the video? And what about those TikToks? Were the salish hashtags just curated promotion? Or do you think there was something more behind them? Because at this point, I don't think we got enough evidence to say that Gio and Salish are actually together. But I also don't think we can pretend the viewers have absolutely nothing to react to. There are definitely some moments that here can make you go, "Okay, Gio, explain yourself." And until we get an actual answer from either of them, I guess we are left with the same question. Is this just content, or is this just actually something going on between Gio and Sidish? Let me know what you guys think in the comments because I genuinely want to hear your theories. And that is it for today's video. I'll meet you in the next one. Until then, bye.